The truly wise woman builds her house, but the foolish one tears it down with her own hands. Whoever walks in uprightness fears Jehovah, but whoever follows crooked paths despises him. The rod of arrogance is in the mouth of fools, but the lips of the wise will protect them. Where there are no oxen, the manger is clean, but the strength of the ox brings abundant harvest. A faithful witness does not lie, but a false witness speaks only lies. The scoffer seeks wisdom but finds none, but knowledge comes easily to one who has understanding. Stay away from the foolish man, for on his lips you will not find knowledge. Wisdom makes the prudent man understand his path, but the foolish are deceived by their own folly. Fools mock guilt, but among the righteous there is a willingness to make peace. Each heart knows its own bitterness, and no one else can share its joy. The house of the wicked will be destroyed, but the tent of the righteous will flourish. There is a way that seems right to a man, but in the end it leads to death. Even in laughter the heart may ache, and joy may end in sorrow. The one who is rebellious in heart will reap the consequences of his ways, but the good man will reap the reward of his actions. The naive person believes every word, but the prudent one thinks carefully before each step. The wise are cautious and turn away from evil, but the fool is reckless and overconfident. Whoever is quick-tempered commits folly, but the man of reflection is hated. But the man of reflection is hated. The simple will inherit folly, but the prudent are crowned with knowledge. The wicked will bow before the good, and the wicked at the gates of the righteous. The poor man is hated even by his neighbor, but the rich has many friends. Whoever despises his neighbor commits sin, but whoever has compassion on the humble is blessed. Will not those who plot evil go astray, but those determined to do good will find loyal love and faithfulness. All hard work brings profit, but mere talk leads only to poverty. The crown of the wise is their wealth, but the folly of fools is only folly. A true witness saves lives, but a false one speaks only lies. In the fear of Jehovah a man finds strong confidence, and a refuge for his children. The fear of Jehovah is a fountain of life that turns one away from the snares of death. A large population is the glory of a king, but without subjects a ruler is ruined. Whoever is slow to anger is great understanding, but the quick-tempered displays folly. A tranquil heart gives life to the body, but envy rots the bones. Whoever oppresses the humble insults his maker, but whoever is kind to the poor honors him. The wicked will be overthrown by their own evil, but the righteous find refuge in their integrity. Wisdom rests quietly in the heart of the understanding, but fools must display it. Righteousness exalts a nation, but sin is a disgrace to any people.
A king takes delight in a servant who acts wisely, but is furious with one who acts shamefully. A gentle answer turns away wrath, but a harsh word stirs up anger. The tongue of the wise uses knowledge rightly, but the mouth of fools pours out folly. The eyes of Jehovah are everywhere, watching both the evil and the good. A gentle tongue is a tree of life, but a perverse word crushes the spirit. A fool rejects his father's discipline, but whoever heeds correction is prudent. In the house of the righteous there is great treasure, but the income of the wicked brings them trouble. The lips of the wise spread knowledge, but the heart of fools does not. The sacrifice of the wicked is detestable to Jehovah, but the prayer of the righteous is his delight. Jehovah detests the way of the wicked, but he loves the one who pursues righteousness. Discipline seems harsh to one who abandons the way. But whoever hates reproof will die. Sheol and destruction lie open before Jehovah. How much more the hearts of men? The scoffer does not like the one who corrects him. He will not go to the wise. A joyful heart makes a cheerful face.
house, even the wicked for the day of calamity. All who are proud in heart are detestable to Jehovah. Be sure of this, they will not go unpunished. By loyal love and faithfulness, error is atoned for. And by fearing Jehovah, a person turns away from evil. When Jehovah is pleased with a man's ways, he makes even his enemies be at peace with him. Better a little with righteousness than great income with injustice. A man may plan his way in his heart, but it is Jehovah who directs his steps. The lips of a king should speak inspired decisions. He must never betray justice. Honest scales and weights are from Jehovah. All the weights in the bag are made by him. Evil practices are detestable to kings, for by justice a throne is firmly established. The words of the righteous bring pleasure to kings. They love those who speak the truth. The fury of a king is a messenger of death, but a wise man will appease it. When the king's face shines, there is a life. His favor is like a cloud of spring rain. How much better to get wisdom than gold? To gain understanding is more valuable than silver. The highway of the righteous turns away from evil. Whoever guards his way preserves his life. Pride comes before a fall, and a haughty spirit before a stumble. Better to be humble among the meek than to share spoils with the arrogant. Whoever shows insight in a matter will succeed, and happy is the one who trusts in Jehovah. The wise in heart will be called understanding, and gracious words make one more persuasive. Understanding is a fountain of life to those who possess it, but fools are disciplined by their own folly. The heart of the wise makes his mouth discerning. It adds persuasiveness to his words. Pleasant words are like a honeycomb, sweet to the soul and healing to the bones. There is a way that seems right to a man, but in the end it leads to death. The appetite of the laborer makes him work hard, for his hunger drives him on. A worthless man stirs up evil. His words are like a scorching fire. A quarrelsome man stirs up conflict, and a slanderer separates close friends. A violent man entices his neighbor and leads him on to a harmful path. He winks his eye while plotting perversity. He purses his lips while practicing evil. Gray hair is a crown of beauty when it is found in the way of righteousness. Whoever is slow to anger is better than the mighty, and one who controls himself is better than one who captures a city. The lot is cast into the lap, but every decision it reveals is from Jehovah. Better a dry crust of bread with peace than a house full of feasting with strife. A servant with insight will rule over a disgraceful son, and will share the inheritance as one of the brothers. The crucible is for silver and the furnace for gold, but it is Jehovah who examines hearts. To harmful words, and liars listen to a malicious tongue. Whoever mocks the poor insults his maker. Whoever rejoices at disaster will not go unpunished. Grandchildren are the crown of the elderly, and parents are the pride of their children. Excellent speech is not fitting for a fool. How much less lying lips for a ruler? A gift is like a precious stone in the eyes of its giver. Wherever he turns, he prospers. Whoever forgives a transgression promotes love. But he who repeats a matter separates close friends. A rebuke makes a deeper impression on a man of understanding than 100 lashes on a fool. The wicked only seek rebellion, but a cruel messenger will be sent against them. Better to meet a bear robbed of her cubs than to encounter a fool in his folly. If anyone repays good with evil, evil will never depart from his house. Starting a quarrel is like opening a floodgate. Withdraw before the dispute breaks out. He who acquits the guilty and he who condemns the innocent, both alike are detestable to Jehovah. Why should a fool have money in his hand to buy wisdom when he has no desire for it? A true friend loves our times and becomes a brother in times of adversity. A virtuous lying lips for a ruler less lying lips for? A gift is like a precious stone in the eyes of its giver. How much less lying lips, fool? How much less lying lips for? A gift is like a precious stone in the eyes of its giver. How much less lying lips, fool? How much less like a precious stone in the eyes of its giver? How much less like a precious stone in the eyes of its giver? Wherever he turns, he prospers. Whoever forgives a transgression promotes love. But he who repeats a matter separates close friends. A rebuke makes a deeper impression on a man of understanding than 100 lashes on a fool. The wicked only seek rebellion, but a cruel messenger will be sent against them. Better to meet a bear robbed of her cubs than to encounter a fool in his folly. If anyone repays good with evil, evil will never depart from his house. Starting a quarrel is like opening a floodgate. Withdraw before the dispute breaks out. He who acquits the guilty and he who condemns the innocent, both alike are detestable to Jehovah. If anyone repays good with evil, evil will never depart from his house. Starting a quarrel is like opening a floodgate. Withdraw before the dispute breaks out. He who acquits the guilty and he who condemns the innocent, both alike are detestable to Jehovah. Why should a fool have money in his hand to buy evil? Will never depart from his house. Starting a quarrel is like opening a floodgate. Withdraw before the dispute breaks out. He who acquits the guilty and he who condemns the innocent, both alike are detestable to Jehovah. Why should a fool have money in his hand to buy wisdom when he has no desire for it? But he has no desire for it. But he has no desire to buy wisdom. Why should a fool have money in his hand to buy wisdom when he has no desire for it? A true friend loves at all times and becomes a brother in times of adversity. A man lacking sense shakes hands in pledge and becomes surety for